So your brand new Wasatch Raman system just arrived? Well, in this video I will show you how you can get from opening this box to recording your first Raman spectrum in under 5 minutes. So let's get started. To do a measurement with your Wasatch Raman system, you'll need the following. Your spectrometer, well, of course, optical fibers, a laser, and usually that is built right into the spectrometer. If it's not, then the laser is a separate instrument. Then you need a Raman probe, a Raman sample, sample holder, power supply, a power cord with a plug that matches your location, the software, either from the USB stick that came with the spectrometer or as a download from the website, a USB cable, and finally a PC. Wasatch Raman systems are available in 3 main configurations. The system can be completely modular with separate laser, probe, and spectrometer. Our most popular system already have the laser built right into the spectrometer, but the probe is still fiber coupled. And finally, the system can also be completely integrated with the probe and the laser, both inside the spectrometer. But whatever system you have, the setup is very similar, with only some minor differences. So let's start by connecting the laser. For the laser, you'll need a so-called FC-PC fiber, which has a ceramic tip and a bigger connector. The FC plug can only fit into the connector in a certain orientation. The fiber has a little stub. This stub needs to be rotated to line up with a little notch on the laser end. Rotate the fiber to the correct orientation. It should slide in easily, then finger tighten the screw. The same FC-PC connection you will also find at the Raman probe end. Again, there is a notch on the receptacle and a stub on the FC fiber. As with a laser, orient the fiber the right way, insert and finger tighten. For a fully integrated Wasatch Raman system, the probe is already built into the spectrometer and no fiber connection is needed at all. Next, we connect the spectrometer to the probe. This is done with a second optical fiber, which has the so-called SMA connector. The SMA fiber has a metal tip and, unlike the FC fiber, does not have a stub, so the orientation does not matter. The SMA receptacle on the spectrometer is the smaller of the 2 fiber connectors. It is also located lower on the front and the one without the notch. Just insert the fiber and finger tighten. Then connect the SMA fiber to the probe. Again, for the fully integrated system, there is no fiber to connect. The entire probe optics are internal. Finally, we insert the Raman probe into the sample holder. Push the probe all the way into the sample holder and lightly tighten the thumb screw. For the fully integrated systems, you need to push the sample holder over the front lens of the spectrometer and lightly tighten again the thumb screw. That was it for the optical side of things. So let's turn to the software on the computer. The easiest way to work with the Raman system is to use the Enlighten software that is provided on the USB stick. The software is also available for download from the website. Open the installer and follow the prompts. This installs the software and everything else that is needed to communicate with the spectrometer. Last but not least, we set up the electronics. We just need to provide power to the spectrometer and connect it to the computer with a USB cable. Plug the triangle-looking end of the power cord into the power supply and the plug end of the power cord into an outlet. Now plug the barrel connector of the power supply into the spectrometer. The spectrometer will power up. You will hear the fan starting. Next, plug the square-looking end of the USB cable into the spectrometer and the flat end of the USB cable into your computer. You should hear a friendly chime from your computer indicating that the USB communication is working. We're almost done. Now we just need to get the laser ready. If you're using an external laser, you need to plug the power cord into the back of the laser. Turn the key, which is also on the back. Rotate the red safety button on the front to release the button in case it was pushed in. If you're using a spectrometer with an integrated laser, plug in the key and the interlock override, which is provided. Then turn the key. Now we can start up the Enlighten software. Double-click on the icon on the desktop. Enlighten will find your spectrometer and start reading the baseline automatically. That was really it for the setup. Now we're ready to take a measurement. So take your sample Insert your sample into the sample holder and cover the sample holder. Then turn on the laser. For external lasers, push the small button on the front. For spectrometers with integrated lasers, use the Enlighten software to turn the laser on. After a short required safety delay, the laser starts up and, oh, beautiful! But before we can record our actual spectrum, we need to do a few final adjustments in the software. First, adjust the integration time so that the signal reaches to maybe around 40,000 counts, which is the scale on the y-axis. We then turn the laser off and save the dark signal, to be subtracted later for a proper baseline. We then turn the laser back on and there it is, your first Raman spectrum. To save your spectrum, click on the down triangle looking capture button. You can find the saved spectrum in the Enlighten Spectra folder in your Documents folder. There you go. You see, that was pretty easy. You just went from box to spectrum in under 5 minutes, just like I promised. Now you're ready to go out there and record some real nice Raman spectra. Thank you for watching. See you next time.